Welcome to Revolutionary Motion, where we show you tennis from a different perspective.
Here's why good tennis balls actually matter when you're practicing on the tennis court. If you're using good tennis balls and always the same kind of brand of balls, you will be able to become a lot more consistent with your tennis simply because the ball bounces the same all the time. So that makes it easier for you to learn how to anticipate the bounce of the ball as well as the curve of the ball. If you, however, are practicing one day with Wilson US Open balls, another day with regular pen balls from Costco, another day with Dunlop Grand Prix balls, you're always going to experience a slightly different bounce and slightly different behavior during the flight and the trajectory of the ball. So that means you will never really get used to using a consistent pattern to anticipate how the ball will behave. Thus, not being able to create good anticipation on the tennis court because you get used to improvising to the different types of bounces and flights of the tennis balls, and you will never become able to move early to the tennis ball and will have to rely on very good footwork just to hit the ball decently. Quick example. So here we have one newer Pro Pen tennis ball and one older Pro Pen tennis ball. If we are seeing both of those balls bounce from the same height, we can roughly see that the newer ball bounces a little bit higher than the older ball. Obviously, that difference might not seem too big, but you have to keep in mind that the ball deforms a lot more when it's older, which then means that the ball will be slower, not bounce as high, and will feel very different on the tennis racket. So it's very challenging to learn how to play tennis efficiently and effectively if you're using different ages of balls, different brands of balls, or simply just a ball that maybe looks new but has been around for a while because you just didn't use it. Because those balls have a completely different behavior on the tennis court, even compared to newer balls that look the same but actually were just opened. So it's very important that you don't save money on tennis balls when you're going to buy some. Don't shy away from spending an extra $1 or $2 per can just to make sure that you can afford playing tennis for a longer time. Because the main thing is that tennis balls are still very cheap compared to many other countries. So you have to keep in mind that a good tennis ball compared to a bad tennis ball makes a huge, huge difference when you're practicing. And it's really important if you want to get your tennis to a next level to actually play with decent balls all the time. That doesn't mean that you have to open up new balls every single time you play, but it does mean that you should make sure that your balls don't get too old and that they're pretty even all the way throughout your basket or throughout the cans that you're using. So make sure to use good tennis balls to experience a better behavior on the court, better bounces, better trajectory, to actually ultimately become a better tennis player yourself. So don't simply buy the cheapest tennis balls out there by going to Costco and spending $50 on 20 cans of balls just because you want to save a little bit of money. Pro Pen tennis balls as well as Wilson US Open tennis balls are a lot better, have better quality all throughout the cans, and you won't experience so many defective cans. Now the main thing is that a Pro Pen tennis ball and a Wilson US Open tennis ball will show you way better behavior on the court, will be more consistent, and you will feel like you have a lot more feel on your racket when you're actually making contact with the ball because the balls themselves are a lot better quality.
Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon.